right now. Obvious. Oh, there we go. All right. So, we've been doing a lot of training lately, just kind of covering, let's get back to the basics. Let's start at the beginning. What are we doing? How do we start 2022? Man, it's like years are just like running into each other. And I even yesterday I was on a call and I'm like in my brain calculating that this year is 10% over. We're halfway through February. So we're like, 10% of the year is done. And it's like, anyway, I always feel like it's January 1st and we're just getting started, but time is passing. And so we got to kind of get on it and, make a run at our goals and make sure that we're aligned to accomplish whatever it is we're trying to accomplish. So, lots of stuff I can cover today. And certainly if you guys have questions, you can throw them in the comments. You can just unmute and ask me, like whatever you guys want to do. But I'll just start with a couple of the basics, right? Obviously, you guys are interested in building the business. And obviously, you're like, all right, I'm going to do this. You've got goals for this year. And, I'll just explain a couple of things. So again, I'm Doug Moss. I'm the Vice President of Coach Development for Beachbody. You might know Sydney Maurer, who's the director over the Western United States, or Wendy Watts is the Eastern United States. So they report to me. And then the managers report to them, Kyle and Mary and Brandy and Tiffany and Johnny, like they report into the directors. And the way that we work with teams is I get the privilege of, I keep the superstars. So I'm the one who gets to work with the 15 stars in the network. And what that does for me is I get to work with most complicated compensation plan coaches, because this is a business where the comp plan starts very simple and then it gets very complicated, right? But I don't want you to overthink it or get hung up on it as we start talking our way through this, because it's really that simple. But I just want you to understand that, the top coaches in the network, I do a mastermind call with them every Monday. And, right after the National Wake Up Call, we jump on a call. And what we talk about how to help you guys be more successful. And so we're constantly like, all right, how do we help coaches, build the business? How do we help them make more income? What can we do to help you guys succeed? And what's interesting is anytime we start talking about compensation, we're going to talk a little bit of the recognition program, team builder, team leader. But guys, it all goes back to the mission statement, right? That we help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. And it's like, it's important that you understand that the mission statement is what you do as a coach, right? If I was to write the job description of a Beachbody coach, it is help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. That's what you do. So then the question is, well, wait, but how do you do that, right? Well, that's where what we call the 4 vital behaviors come into play. And I'm starting simple because I think there's coaches in the network that don't do the fundamentals. They just want to go sell challenge packs, and it doesn't work. Like you can't. So I'm going to walk you through the 4 vital behaviors quickly, just so that you have an understanding of what they are. And then we'll kind of go from there, because I'm going to tell you that everything else I talk about starts with the 4 vital behaviors. Okay. The first vital behavior is being proof the products work, which means, that you've picked a program and you're doing workouts, right? That's number 1 is, hey, as a coach, you're doing a program, and that you are, pushing play every day and you're doing the work. And I'm going to tell you that we've got some interesting data we've never been able to see before, but now with BOD, we actually can see what we call qualified views, which is we can actually see coaches that are working out versus coaches that aren't working out, right? Like I can look at January data and say, hey, this coach did 38 workouts on her body count, and some are 70 because, their spouse logged in and does his workout or hers. And, it's like you can see how many workouts are happening on each body count, but it's interesting data because there are coaches that, do 3 and I'm not going to judge anybody, but it's just like, it's harder to hit Success Club if you're not doing vital behavior number one, which is being proof the products work. And then you go and you say, okay, now that you're doing your workouts, what's next? Well, it's connecting, inviting, and following up. This is where you start to share what you're doing. And it's important that you understand that, you can't do vital behavior number two if you're not doing vital behavior number one, because you have nothing to share. I mean, there's just nothing, you can talk about it, but it's just different. And then vital behavior number three is once you've connected and invited with them, now you're going to help them get results. And then number four is doing your personal development. And so I just start there because I think sometimes coaches are like, I'm struggling to hit Success Club, and yet they're not doing the workout. So they haven't picked a program. Guys, it's easier to sell a program if you're doing a program, right? And if you're doing job one, it's easier to talk about job one. And guess what? Beachbody On Demand is a library. Why is it a library? Because guess what? You don't have to do job one. If you're doing muscle burns fat, fantastic. Sell muscle burns fat, right? If you're doing 645, then sell 645. I just think it's important that you understand that you're going to be better at this as you do these fundamentals, and it'll give you something to talk about. Now, I'll do a quick story and I'll jump into this. So my wife and I did 645. We did all 13 weeks. And I will tell you that, I'm a 51-year-old guy, and my Instagram is like nothing. My Facebook's, it's like everything's coaches for me. And so what did I do? I got challenged to do 645. And I said, all right, I'm going to do it. And I got talking to Carl and Michael, and I said, all right, I'm going to do 645. I'll do every day. It was through this, the end of the summer last year. We had vacations. We did it on vacation. We did it every day. And I can tell you that I'm not a coach. I'm not connecting, inviting, but here's what I did do. I followed Carl's example, and I started shooting videos of my workouts and posting them to my stories on Instagram. Now, what I want you to understand about that is they were horrible videos. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just shot a video and posted it. And then actually I got to, at one of our superstar weekends, where new superstars are flown in and we spend a weekend together. And I was at a superstar weekend, and I talked to Trina Gray, and Trina Gray looked at me and said, Doug, we got to fix your videos. Like, they're horrible. And I said, dude, I just don't care, but whatever. So she got me on Hyperlapse, which is just a program, an app that I shoot the video in, and it goes fast, and then it'll post it fast. Okay. That's actually pretty cool for me, because then you can't really see what I'm doing. And I actually like that better, and it kind of hides all my things. So it's like, all right, good. Now, I will tell you that I don't really care about the video. I just cared about getting it posted, because it was like Carl was saying, just do your post. And so I was like, all right, I'll just do my post. Now, I will say my wife did the workouts with me, and I would piss her off quite often because I wouldn't edit the videos, and she would be in the background, and she always thought that I made her look bad. But I didn't even look at what I looked like. I was just posting the videos. Like, I didn't care. I was just like, short the video, 10 seconds, post the video, post 5 of them, 5 different things. Anyway, moral of the story. It's a long story, but here's the moral of the story. I posted every day for 13 weeks, every workout, okay? I didn't try to invite anybody. I didn't try to do anything. But to me, what it did for me is it proved that vital behavior number one and number two work. You want to know why? Because I went to church, and I had people come up to me and say, Doug, what's 645? And I'm like, how in the world did you see my freaking Instagram? And then I was at the Eastern Idaho State Fair. I used to live in Idaho, and my dentist from 9 years ago comes up to me and says, what's this program you're doing? And I'm like, dude, and let me tell you, I didn't even start Instagram until I was a coach, until I was working at Beachbody. So I'm not even, anyway. So, and guys, I don't get that many likes on my videos. So my point is, well, and I'll say this too. It actually got to the point that it was getting ridiculous how many people were making comments about my 645 videos that are from my non-Beachbody life, that I made a list. Like, I started writing it down, like everybody that asked me. I think I got to like 45 names of people from my church, my community. I would go to my kid's football game, and one of the dads would say, dude, good job, like, nice work, and I'm like, how the freak are you like, anyway, long story short is, guys, pick a program, do vital behavior number one, share it on Instagram. I don't care how good it is. You know, Alyssa and the superstars can help you guys make it prettier. Like, I get it, but you just got to do vital behavior number one, vital behavior number two, then you'll start helping people. But I start there because it's like, if you're not doing that, the rest of it doesn't matter. Like, it just doesn't matter. Like I do one-on-ones with superstars. And I can tell you that the reason a one-on-one with a superstar works is because you're constantly recruiting, they're constantly bringing people into their team. So there's decisions to be made all the time. If I do a one-on-one with a diamond, most of the time I'll draw the org, we'll still look at it. But the answer to the question is, you need to recruit more. Like, it's like we're playing checkers and we're trying to play chess, but I need pieces on the board. Right? Because I can't, like, volume comes from the number of pieces you have on the board. And so I'm just telling you that because you've got to figure out how to hit success. You've got to figure out how you're going to recruit. Coaches ask me all the time, like Doug, I want to hit elite. How do I hit elite? Well, there's three things you have to do to be an elite coach. Number one is you have to hit Success Club. Number two is you have to sign coaches. And number three is you've got to get your coaches to hit Success Club. Okay. That's it. Like, that literally is the entire elite program in the three fundamentals you have to do to be a Beachbody coach. But number one, you hitting Success Club, you can't do it without doing vital behavior number one. You just can't. Like, hitting Success Club goes back to the vital behaviors. Signing coaches goes back to how well you represent being a coach, what it is, so that other people want to do what you're doing. Number three, getting your coaches to hit Success Club goes back to you doing the 4 vital behaviors and you getting your coaches to do the 4 vital behaviors. Like, it's just, guys, this business is not rocket science. Like I think every time we open our mouths, we overcomplicate this. This is about you doing what you're asking others to do. That's it. That's the business. Okay. I just need you to understand that as we look at the road to elite, if you want to build a big business, you got to get confident and good at hitting Success Club personally, signing coaches, and getting your coaches to hit Success Club. And let me be clear. When you start as a coach, hitting Success Club can be hard. Over the course of time, you gain confidence in it, you figure it out, and now hitting Success Club doesn't feel that hard anymore. Like, you gain confidence in it. Then it's like, man, now I got to figure out how to sign coaches. At the beginning, signing coaches is hard, and you get good at it. You get better at it. And as you improve, you start to sign coaches. And I'll warn you, number 3 is tough, no matter what. I don't care if you're a superstar or you're a 5-star, or you're a new coach. Signing coaches and getting them to do something, that's the hardest part of the business, period. But if you're not doing the 4 vital behaviors, it's harder. Because what model are you giving them to do in order for them to be successful? So, yeah, anyway, so it all kind of ties together. And I will tell you, those 3 activities, hitting Success Club, signing coaches, and getting your coaches to Success Club, that's it. And I'm going to tell you this. Every year, we get the elite report. I actually just got it. And my team will get it. And then they'll start making phone calls off of it's the first 6 weeks of the year elite report just came in. And my team will make outbound calls to leaders saying, here's your numbers, here's where you are, here's what's going on. And every month on the second Friday of the month is about when we get the elite report. What's crazy is in, let's call it September, October, we'll get an elite report. And every year there'll be some coach that has 86 elite points or leadership points. And we'll be like, man, call whoever that is. That's awesome. Congratulate them. They're killing it. And every year we'll call a coach and say, Susie, congratulations. You have 86 elite points. Man, you're so close to making elite. And you know what she'll say to us? What's elite? Because they don't know. Like, they're going, I don't know, what's elite? Like, explain this to me. Guys, that proves that if you just do the activities of being a Beachbody coach, the points happen, like the points grow because you're doing the fundamentals. Okay. And every year we'll sit down with Susie and say, man, let me show you how you're going to finish out becoming an elite coach. And every year we're able to dial them in and finish elite. But the first 9 months of the year, they didn't even know they were trying to be elite. You know what they knew? They were doing the 4 vital behaviors. They were hitting Success Club. They were signing coaches. They were getting their coaches to hit Success Club. Okay. So I need you to understand that it's like, again, we're not overcomplicating this. Okay. Now, I told them I would talk about the comp plan. Let me tell you how wonderful Beachbody's compensation plan is. It's so simple. Okay. And I'm going to use my whiteboard because I don't know, I have all the PowerPoints and all the things, but I just do better on a whiteboard. Number 1 is bonuses and commissions. Okay. And number 1 is for all coaches. Hopefully you can see that. So the number 1 way, there's 4 ways coaches get paid. The number 1 way is bonuses and commissions. Okay. What does that mean? It means if you sell a Total Solutions Challenge Pack, you earn a Challenge Pack bonus, right? $160 gets you a $50 bonus for selling that, right? But let's just say a neighbor calls and says, my energy's low, and you're like, man, you got to try Energize. And all they do is buy a tub of Energize. You would earn a commission on that sale. Okay. So the number 1 way you get paid as a Beachbody coach is sell a product, earn a commission or a bonus. Okay. Simple. Like that's it. Like, and for all coaches, this is it. This is the entire comp plan for every coach in the Beachbody network. Right. I'm going to say this too, because I think this is important. You know, I had a coach one day say to me, I'm signing my new coaches and I'm helping them get started and I'm getting them to Emerald and we're trying to get them to hit Success Club. And I said to her, I said, okay, so what's the number 1 goal for a new coach? Like what really is it? Like you signed me up as a coach. What's the first goal you want me to achieve? And she says, well, we got to get you to Emerald. We got to get you to hit Success Club. I want you to cover your costs of your Shakeology. And I was like, okay, great. So the 3 things you just said, Emerald, Success Club, pay for my Shakeology, which one do you think I care about as a brand new coach? And she said to me, she said, well, I don't know. I mean, they're all important. I guess Emerald and Success Club help you pay for your Shakeology. So probably that one. And I said, no, not probably that one, that one. Guys, think about it. If I'm a brand new coach that signed up today, Emerald is a made up word that you guys invented. Like it's like something, I have no freaking clue what you're talking about. And when you say you got to hit Success Club, guys, that's another made up word. Like, I don't know what that is. But when you say, Doug, you just paid $160. Next month, you're going to pay, $90 for your next bag of Shakeology. And I go, whoa, I don't want to do that. Awesome. I don't want you to do it either. Here's how we're going to help you do that. We're going to help you hit Success Club and maybe get to Emerald. But the way you're going to do it is by helping at least 2 people, hopefully 3 people, and then you'll cover your costs. And then we'll do it again next month. But it's like, for me as a new coach, my number 1 goal is covering my expenses, cover my costs, help me hit Success Club. Because if I hit Success Club, I've now covered my next bag of Shakeology, right? And I think sometimes we lose sight of that. But anyway, number 1 way you get paid is bonuses and commissions. The number 2 way coaches get paid is the team cycle bonus. Okay. And I will tell you that I could train you for a whole day about this one. Like because there's placement and there's lots of things that go into this, but here's what it is. This is where signing coaches and preferred customers goes into what we call the binary. This is a binary comp plan. This is you when you signed up and you got 2 legs. Okay. You all know this. When I have 200 team volume on one side and 100 team volume on the other side, this equals 1 cycle. Okay. This one starts at Emerald, right? A new coach doesn't play in the team cycle bonus. I have to advance my business to Emerald to open up the number 2 way to get paid as a Beachbody coach. As an Emerald, I cycle at $14. A Ruby, I cycle at $16. A Diamond or above, I cycle at $18. So every time the computer can pull 200 from one side, 100 from the other equals 1 cycle. Then it says, what rank are you? You're an emerald, $14. You're a diamond, $18. Okay. I just want you to understand that's what it is. That's what a cycle is. So your goal with the team cycle is, as you add coaches, they add volume, right? And as they continue to, it just starts to compound. You go in and hit diamond, you're adding 4 on one side, 4 on the other side. But guys, here's the secret. In the beginning, you're doing all the work. The secret is one of these guys becomes a coach and now they start adding 100s, right? Which this volume is now growing this volume. So it's like it all compounds. That's why, what did I tell you your goals are? Hit Success Club, that's you signing coaches. Sign coaches, placing them in the binary, getting them to hit Success Club. That's the compound. That's other people building so that volume is flowing up through your organization. As the volume grows on either leg, you're going to get your team cycle bonuses based on the volume in your business center. Okay. So let's go back to this really quickly. Again, there's you. You got 2 legs. You've been a coach for a while. You're a diamond. Let's just say that you have 400 on this side and 900 on this side. I'm going to cycle. This is easy. I have how many 200s over here? Well, 4.5. Over here, I have 4 100s. This is weak. This is strong. Therefore, this is 4 cycles. Why? Because I have 400s here and 4 100s here, and I have more than 4 200s here. Right? So I would cycle 4 times 18, whatever that is, $80. Okay. But here's what I want you to understand. Please don't get confused, but understand that if you have 1,001 on this side and 1,000 on this side, how many times do you cycle? Okay, because coaches are always in this habit of saying, well, I've got 5, this is my strong side, the 1, right, 1,001. I've got 5 200s over here, and I've got more than 5 100s over here, therefore I'm going to cycle 5 times. That's actually wrong, okay? And the reason it's wrong is the computer is smarter. What the computer will do is it'll say, hey, how many can I do a cycle is what the computer says. And it'll say, which is the strong side? This is minus 200. This is the weak side, minus 100. This is now 900, and this is now 801. And then the computer is going to look again and go, can I run another one? So this is 1. And it's going to say, well, yeah, I can. Well, oh, now this one's strong. So this is the 200 side. This is the 100 side equals 1. So the computer is going to go back and forth and chew up all the volume, all that it can, okay? But let me show you a quick trick to help you understand. If your legs are balanced, okay? If I'm 1,001 to 100, well, I've only got 1 100 done. I cycle 1 time. If I'm 1,001 to 1,000 and I'm balanced, 500, 600, 600, 800, whatever, like anytime my legs are balanced, an easy thing you can do is add them together, 2001, divide by 300, because what's a cycle? It's 200, 100 equals, and you'll see this is actually 6. So in this scenario, 1,000 and 1,000, I don't cycle 5 times, I actually cycle 6 times, okay? Not trying to confuse you, but I just want you to understand, because it's really important that as you build this business, you understand placement, okay? Let's talk a little bit about the Road to Elite. The Road to Elite has a weak leg volume requirement on it, okay? If you want to be a team builder, you have to get 1,000 weak leg volume over 5 weeks, which means you have to average 200 on the weak side. Well, guess what? The weak side is whichever side has less. So 1 week it might be this one, the next week it might be your left. It doesn't matter. It's whatever's less is what the computer is going to grab for the week. And if 1 week this one's 201 and this one's 300, then it's going to grab this and say, okay, start the 5 weeks, 201. If the next week this one's 300 and this one's 401, guess what? The weeks over here, it's going to grab the 300. So it's always going to grab the weak side to help you get your 5 week consecutive weak leg volume for the Road to Elite. Okay, we good on that? I just want to make sure that was clear. Okay. So the team cycle bonus, 200, 100, emeralds 14, rubies 16, diamonds 18. You can see, guys, this is where you really start to make income as you build an organization in Beachbody. Okay, this is the core of the comp plan. Number 3 way you get paid is the team cycle matching bonus. Okay, this one starts at ruby, but let's just say it's a diamond because there's no rubies. Anyway, I don't even know why we have ruby, but it is what it is. But rubies get 5%, diamonds get 10%. But again, number 1 way you get paid bonuses and commission is all coaches. Number 2 is team cycle bonus. That's your emeralds and above. Number 3 is the matching bonus. Starts at ruby, but diamonds and above. Okay. As a diamond, you get 10%, a bonus of 10% of all of your personally sponsored coaches' team cycle bonus. Why does that matter? Well, because this is a bonus that's incentivizing you. Remember number 3, getting your coaches to hit Success Club. And now the duplication of you doing the 4 vitals, them doing the 4 vitals, like that whole process, the more you can get your team into the activities of signing coaches and getting their coaches into Success Club activity will grow their team cycle. And it's an incentive for you to teach them the team cycle so that you earn a matching bonus. Okay, let's be clear. If you have a PS coach, personally sponsored coach that makes $200, you get a bonus of $20. If they make $2,000, you get a bonus of $200. It just, whatever it is, as a diamond or higher, you get 10% of whatever their team cycle bonuses are. Okay, and this one, you know, it might sound like, oh, that's not very, dude, one of you could sign the next Alyssa Shoemaker. Like, you don't know, like you have no idea. But if you sign Alyssa and you put her, let's say you put her on your strong leg, right? And you're mad as heck about it. Whatever, the matching bonus will pay you forever if you brought the next Alyssa Shoemaker to the business. As long as you're a diamond, right? You would make 10% of Alyssa's team cycle bonus forever. And I need you to understand that this is another incentive as you grow the business. Okay. The number 4 way coaches get paid is the Star Diamond bonus pools. This one starts at 2-star. Okay, the pools are at 2, 5, 10, and 15. And if you want to participate in the Star Diamond bonus pools, you have to be a 2-star or higher to play. Here's what it is. Every 90 days, every quarter of the year, the company will take all the team volume, remember the binary and all the team cycle and all that, we will grab all the volume in the entire network and we'll get whatever that number is, boom. We take 2% of that number and we pull it out and we say, okay, let's have 2% of the total volume in the entire network. We pull it out. Then what we do is we put 0.5% in each of these 4 pools, the 2-star pool, the 5, the 10, and the 15. Okay. Then whoever my 2 stars are that qualify get a share of that 0.5%. And the 2-star bonus is, you know, generally speaking, I mean, it depends on how many play in the pool, but it's about $800, $900 per quarter. So about 4 times a year, the 2 stars get between $800 and $900. Again, depending on how many 2 stars participate in the pool. The 5-star bonus pool, same thing, but it's like $3,500. The 10 stars, about $15,000. The superstar bonus can be anywhere from, I've seen it as low as $28,000, as high as $70,000. It just depends. But these are incentives for you to grow your rank while you're growing the business. Okay. But again, it starts at 2 stars. But here's what I would tell you about this bonus. Guys, your number 1 goal right now, I know you want to be a team builder. Yes, you want to be a team leader. But I hope what you're really trying to figure out is, how do I get to 2-star? Why, guys, this whole comp plan, you want to unlock the entire comp plan, it starts at 2-star, right? All coaches play in bonuses and commissions, emeralds and above, play in team cycle, rubies and above, play in the matching, 2 stars and above, play in the bonus pool. Okay. So you can see this is the entire compensation plan at Beachbody. Now there is the Fast Start Plus bonuses, things like that. That's fantastic. But this is the core. This is the, hey, if I'm going to build the business, this is what I need to understand. Now, let's go back and talk Team Cycle bonus just for a minute. Are there any questions about any of this? Are we good? Because I'm going to erase it. We good? We good? Okay. We're going to go back to Team Cycle because I want you to understand just how the Team Cycle bonus works. And I'm going to really reiterate why you need to get to 2-star. Because the Team Cycle, go ahead.
Just one quick question, and I think I know the answer, but to clarify, for the 2-star and above, each gets 0.5%, and with the amount that it goes up, does that mean that like you get 0.5 and then you get a full percent because it's 50% and 50% at 5%, and then
No. Let me explain it. So here's what it is: we take 2% of the total volume of the entire network, okay, and then we divide this into 4 pieces of 0.5%. So there's a set amount in this pool, whatever 1/2 of 2% of the total TV is for the network. That's what goes in here. And I don't know what that total number is, but it's some number. Then when you are a 2-star, and the way you qualify is you're a paid 2-star 6 consecutive weeks during the quarter, then it would be, hey, congratulations, you get a share of whatever this number is. And normally the share is between $800 and $900 a quarter. So every quarter it pays out about that amount of money. Does that make sense? So it's not like you get more. You, as a 2-star, you get 1 share of whatever that number is. And recently it's been $800 to $900. Okay. Now, if you have an additional business center that's also a 2-star, you could play in it more than once. And when you get to 5-star, just so you're aware, you can earn the 5-star bonus, but you also get the 2-star bonus. So as you move up, you actually get all of them. Because if you qualify for the 5, you also qualified for the 2.
Okay, that's what I was trying to clarify. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Yep, no, perfect. Okay, so Team Cycle. Here's what I want you to understand. The most important piece of this for you to get this is to know that each of your business centers are independent. Okay, they are not all one thing. They're all independent business centers. What does that mean? It means when I do a one-on-one with Alyssa Shoemaker, I will say Alyssa number 1, and I will go get her left side volume, whatever that number is. I'm just going to pick a number, 3,000. And then I go to her right side volume, and I'm going to pick a number, 1,000. This tells me that this business center has an average about 3,000 left side volume, 1,000 right side volume. Okay. Then I would look at the coach and I would say, oh, is your spouse a coach? Yes, because I want to look at household income and how that's going to impact you. And they would say, yeah, and I place my spouse on my right. So I would write spouse, and your spouse is a coach, builds the business, understands they're a coach, all the things. But then this is independent from this. So what I go do is I go look at the volume on his legs, right? And let's just say this is 100 and this is 900. Okay, if this is your business, you have to know this is independent from this. He's sponsored by you, but it's an independent business. It gets paid independently. So when the computer says, hey, I'm going to run cycles, it runs it for your spouse independently. So let's just say he's an emerald. It would say, oh, how many cycles can I do? Well, there's only 100 equals he made $14. Then it's going to say, oh, I need to pay this one. Well, and this is a diamond. I would say 3,000, 1,000. This is going to cycle 10 times. This is going to get paid $180. Now, the reason I want you to understand that is because when you become a 2-star, you get an additional business center. Okay. And that additional business center allows you to have you again as an independent center placed in your business. So let's say I built, and this is me, and I get to 2-star. Well, then I can sponsor me again, and I can put you number 2 right here. Now this one has 2 legs. Okay. And let's just increase the volume on this to, because I'm down here and now I'm growing. This is 300. Let's just say this is 300 and this is 0. So the 300 in volume on his left leg is all under this business center. Here's what I want you to understand. This is where the team cycle bonus starts to get a little pound. This is why you want to get to 2-star. Okay. When I meet with coaches, I'll say, this is spot number 1. This is spot number 2. This is spot number 3. This is spot number 4. I will number their legs. Why? So we're very clear about what we're talking about. Now, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to go add 100 volume to each of these spots, and let's see how much money you would be paid based on where you're placing your next coach. Does that make sense? So I'm sponsoring by you, number 1, and I'm going to place it at each spot. So my first choice is I'm going to add 100 volume right here. So I'm sponsoring by me, number 1. I'm going to place in spot number 1. What did my team cycle bonus do? Well, 3,000 became 3,100 against 1,000. My team cycle did nothing. I got paid nothing extra. Are we clear? So to me, this is a $0 spot. Because, I mean, that doesn't mean I don't build there. It just means that placement for volume, I don't want to. Okay. I might need to in order to get to 2-star, to get to diamond. Like, there's reasons why I have to. But if I'm building for volume, this is a $0 spot. Why? Because it's a strong leg versus a weak leg. Are you with me? We're good? Okay. So I'm going to get rid of this. This is 0. Let's go to spot number 2 and let's do the same thing. I'm adding a coach, buying 100 PV, TV. I'm going to place them here. What happens? Well, this is strong to weak. So I make 0 here, but this is weak to strong. So I make $18 here. So this is an $18 spot for me. Okay. So if I'm sponsoring coaches and placing them in here, this is a good spot. I make $18 here. Sorry. So you can see it, right? $18. Spot number 3. Let's do the same thing, plus 100 here. And I'm going to assume diamond, 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 just because I want the math to work. If I add plus 100 here, I make 0 here, but this is weak to strong. So I can make $18 here. And this is weak, so I make $18 here. So this is a $36 spot to me. Why? Because if I place volume in spot number 3, I make nothing here. I make 18 here, because if I add volume here, it adds it here and it adds it here. Are you with me? So this is a $36 spot by placing here. But this is where it gets crazy. If I place 100 volume here, and this is weak to strong, right? Now all of a sudden I make $18 here. This is weak, $18 here. This is weak, $18 here. So 18 plus 18 plus 18, 36, what is it, 54? No. 18, 36, 46, yeah, 54. So this becomes a $54 spot for me. The reason I show you that is this is how the binary starts to flow. And this is where you start to grow the business, okay? But what I want you to understand as well, guys, if you don't know this, you need to know this. You can sponsor by you, number 1, and place on an inside leg anywhere in here. There's some of you don't know this, and some of you might be faking it, but you need to understand that you can. Okay, so let's go back. If you're not a 2-star, and this is your whole world, right? This is it. This is you and your spouse. This is still spot number 1. This is spot number 2, and this is spot number 3. Okay. If this is what your business looks like, and you know that his left leg is weak and you need a coach on your right leg, I need you to understand in your right leg includes spot number 3 and spot number 2. So if you want to place and build more money for your businesses, this one independent of this one, you could sponsor by this one and place in spot number 3, and therefore increase the cycles to your spouse and increase the cycles to your first business center. Are we good? Okay. That's, I know, I always get nervous, but I figured you guys were trailing with me most of the way, so I thought I'd keep going. But let's stop there and let's just make sure you're in a good place. Like any other questions from this? This is, again, I've shown you the comp plan, right? Now this is just going back because I need you to see why team cycle matters. And specifically, guys, you got to get to 2-star, because when you start to get additional business centers, the volume goes deeper and therefore you get paid more times. Are we good? Jessica, are you good? You're good. Okay, good. Any questions? So you can choose your hubby coach account. Okay, good question, Alyssa. Let's just clarify this. There's 2 decisions that you make every time you sign a coach. One is who's the sponsor. 2 is where are you going to put the volume? Okay, those are separate decisions. Okay, here's what I mean. If I'm a 2-star and I have 2 business centers and I find a coach, I could sponsor it by me or by me number 2, right? If I'm working with my spouse and we work together in this business, we work together, find somebody, we could sponsor it by me, by her, or by me number 2. So who's going to be the sponsor? What that decides is whose diamond is it, right? If it's sponsored by Doug number 1, then it's Doug number 1's coach and potentially Doug number 1's emerald, Doug number 1's diamond. Okay. But now let's place the volume based on where I need volume, right? If this is my example, where I need volume is here. Why? Because it's weak here and it's weak here. So therefore, in this example, I'm showing you, this is my best spot to place to make more money with volume. So again, I'm sponsoring by me number 1. I'm placing in what I call spot number 3, the left leg of my spouse. Some of you are going, yeah, but how do I do that? It's simple. When you go to set preferred placement, okay, it's actually very clear. It didn't used to be. If you go to set preferred placement, you're going to click on a little box called advanced placement. You click on it. What it does is it asks for a coach ID. Okay. What you would do is you would be logged in as you, number 1. You would coach ID your spouse's coach ID. You would type that in the box. And then the question is, where do you want to place it? On the left leg or the right leg of this coach ID? So then you're going to say, I want it on the left side of this coach ID, right? Because if I want it on the right side, I can just log in as me and say right side and it would go right here. But if I want to get it in here, I have to type in his coach ID and put it right here. But I'm going to just make sure, I'm going to tell you, so 2 things. Number 1 is you verify that you type the right coach ID for your spouse. Don't screw that up. Because if you type in the wrong number, it'll go somewhere else. Okay, that's the first thing you need to know. So this is very important. Number 2 thing I need you to understand about this is you should never type anybody else's coach ID other than your spouse or your second business center or your third business center or whatever. This is not some random coach and I want to build their inside leg. Don't do that. Why? Because if you sign some rock star and put it on the inside leg of your neighbor because she said she's going to do it and then she quits, this person gets no volume because there's nobody that's going to build this leg ever. But because this is, so people say to me, yeah, but Doug, I've been taught not to build an inside leg. Okay. Is this an inside leg? Well, sure, if I'm looking at it from this perspective, but this is actually my spouse's left leg. So it's not an inside. This is a pay leg for me. So therefore, these are both very important legs to my business. So therefore, it's not an inside leg to me. Some random coach here with a leg, that's an inside leg. Okay, this is not an inside leg. This is my spouse's left leg. Okay, and you know, some nuancing there, but just understand that you have to kind of put that together. Anyway, I could go on forever, but I just want to make sure that we cover any questions you guys had. Anything else? Is there anything you're confused about or that I've confused you today? We good? Okay.
I think I'm confused in something. I think it's very simple, and I hope you understand me because my first language is Spanish.
Sure.
So it's about the cycles the cycle bonus, right? So the
Mhm.
first, it is the first one. So how do we get paid, if like daily or if like a weekly? Because I'm confused when I go to my coach office and I can see that cycles is like a daily, but then I get paid weekly, right?
That's
So-
right. That's actually correct. The computer is running cycles every day, but it puts it aside and you get paid every week. And so, yeah, it's a weekly payout, but it is calculated at every single day. So as volume gets added, the computer's calculating payments so that it pays it on the weekly basis.
Okay, another simple question is about like, if I am enrolling CPs, so those give me volume too, or is just commission at the first time, or I won't cycle for those bonus, for those.
So yeah,
bonus?
that's a great question. Challenge packs pay out a hefty commission, right? So it's $106 time, it pays $50 out.
Yeah,
That's PV, personal volume for you, which is what makes you active as a coach. It actually becomes TV for your upline, but you have to understand that, yes, you're correct, that where T volume comes from is when you place a preferred customer or coach in the binary and now their purchases, that's where the volume starts to flow, is based on coaches and preferred customers placed in the binary.
okay, okay.
So understand that as well. That's a good, so preferred customer is new to Beachbody, guys. There's a couple of things I want to make sure you get on that is, once they're placed, you can't move them. They're treated just like the old discount coach, right? But I want you to understand that, so placing even your preferred customers is significant, because if you sponsor by your first and just throw your preferred customers wherever, well, there's still volume and they can become a coach and build. And therefore, wherever you place them is where they're going to build. So you should still be strategically placing preferred customers, because they also, if they decide to become a coach, there you go. But I also want you to understand that if you've got a coach that became a preferred customer and now they're like, hey, I want to coach again. I don't know if you guys know this, but make sure you understand, when they become a coach again, what it doesn't matter if they've been a coach a day, a week, whenever they got, they reclassified from PC to coach. Let's say the next day they say, oh crap, I actually want to coach, and they upgrade the next day. That actually does restart their success starter clock. So now you can say, man, then let's get you to success starter. Let's get you your summit ticket. Like, let's do this, because that's what that, now it doesn't always count. If they go from coach to PC and stay for 6 months, then they actually count as a new coach for elite and all the things. But their success starter clock restarts anytime they've been coach to preferred customer back to coach.
Okay.
Building our spouse as an emerald, a part of this placement, is first priority, correct? Is this something to focus on after they are an established emerald? Okay, so your question is, do I want to get to diamond, right? Because essentially the only reason you need emeralds is because you want to be the rank of a diamond. And so, sure, I want to cycle at $18 if I can. Absolutely. I mean, that's why getting to diamond is important. Okay. So yeah, I mean, so working with your spouse, helping him get to emerald is important, because that's part of your goal to get to diamond, which then kicks you off making $18 a cycle. And now I'm trying to get to 2-star. And so, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Diamond maxes out the comp plan on volume cycles. Weak leg volume. Alyssa, you'd have to clarify. I'm not sure what you're saying. Just that you make $18, and so that's
Yeah, I was just saying that, obviously, like, you want to be building that weak leg, but the goal is to get to diamond as fast as possible, so then you can maximize that weak leg volume at the highest amount of pay the pay structure, which is $18.
Yeah, for sure. And like, guys, I could spend days telling you, like I'll do this, and I can do this in 2 minutes. Here we go. Let me tell you what happens to diamonds. This is my football analogy, and it might take a little longer, but I'll go fast. You became a coach. You set the goal to get to diamond, right? And I think this is important, because when you were a new coach, what did you do? You did essentially the 4 vital behaviors. you drive down the football field, right? You're doing all the things. Boom, you score the touchdown and you become a diamond. Here's where I want to caution you, right? When you were a coach, you just got on the field and you, boom, you drive down, you score the touchdown, bam, you're a diamond. This is one of the biggest pitfalls in the entire network. You ready? What happens at Diamond is coaches defend their diamond. What does a diamond on defense look like? I'm a diamond, life's good, working with my team calls, all the things. And it's like, ooh, oh, lose someone, hurry, replace her. Woohoo, still a diamond. You guys, your goal is not to stay a diamond. Okay? You were on offense when you were driving down the field to score the touchdown. Don't become a diamond and then change everything you do and then stop and defend your diamond. You have got to get back on the field, drive down the field, and get to 2-star. People say to me all the time, yeah, but Doug, it changed. What changed? The only thing that changed when you got to diamond was you. Right? The activities you did that got you to diamond are the same. You know, and they're probably the 4 vital behaviors: proof, connect, invite, follow up, help people get results, sign coaches. Like, that's what you did to get here. And too many people get to diamond. Woohoo, I'm a diamond and I'm working with my team and we're cool and all the calls and all the training and all the talks and all the things. And then you're like, I just don't have time to do what got me to here. Guys, you've got to get back on the field. You got to stay on offense and you got to get to 2-star. Like, don't do this. Anyway, I'll just plant that seed. Like, you can get stuck in this business by changing your behaviors once you accomplish a goal. Don't do that.
Can I clarify my question a little bit?
Yes, for sure.
Because I am a diamond and I have my spouse on my one side and I have 3 emeralds on my other side.
Okay.
So now if I am adding underneath my spouse, so I'm on my account, you're saying, and then I'm going to go into my spouse's account and place them on the opposite leg, and that's going to help drive volume. Do I have
That's
that
going to
correct?
build volume for his account and for your account.
Okay.
Okay, so, but let's be clear, you're sponsoring by you, but you're placing on his, I don't know which leg it is, his inside leg, his right
Okay.
leg, I don't know which side he's on, but you're placing on that leg. Why? Because then the volume goes through his weak leg and it goes through whichever, I don't know, if he's on your strong, you're getting paid something. If he happens to be on your weak, you're getting paid twice.
Okay. So, but first focus on him making sure that he stays emerald and he's a solid emerald through his personal account, and then do the volume underneath
Well,
there.
in
as
order for
my
him
account.
to be an emerald, yeah, in order for him to be an emerald, you're sponsoring by him. If
Okay.
you want you to earn the coaches, then they're sponsored by you.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I didn't like miss something there. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Perfect. No, absolutely. If you have a lot of people PS by us, we should add people to spouse account, but PS by me. What? Well, I mean, the answer is, guys, again, all I'm trying to show you is the placement of volume, right? Where are you putting the volume to maximize the comp plan? That's what you need to be thinking about. What is my placement? Guys, let me, we got to go. I know we're running out of time. Let me say this. You are on some of the best teams in the network. You have incredible upline coaches. If I've confused you at all, make a phone call. Reach out to whoever brought you on. And let me be clear. If they're like, man, I'm not sure what he was talking about, I don't care. Call me, message me. I'll jump on a call and explain it to you. Right? Alyssa talks to me every week. Like, she can jump on the superstar call. We can clarify. We can schedule another call, whatever. Let's just make sure you get this. Like, this is important, that if you're going to do the work of hitting Success Club, signing coaches and working to get your coaches to hit Success Club, I just want you to place it right so you maximize the comp plan.
I think it's important for you guys to understand that, like, you can, in your organization, place people really anywhere that you want to. So even though you have your left side and your right side, you can sponsor them underneath a spouse account. They're still personally sponsored by you, but now they affect your husband's volume and your volume as well. So you don't have to think like, oh, I just have these left legs and these right legs, and this is what I'm stuck with. No, you can place them anywhere. And that's what he was saying, is that the placement can go really anywhere in your downline, obviously wanting to affect, you know, your PS account, your personally sponsored accounts, whether that's your husband or your additional CBCs. But the sponsorship doesn't necessarily indicate the placement. They don't have to be connected. Does that make sense?
You spot whoever you're logged in as is the sponsor, and then you're placing the volume where you need it or where it will affect your business centers the most, right? So you can place volume under your spouse and give him volume, which is also giving you volume. So the same purchase by a coach adds volume to his account and to your account. Okay, guys, if you take anything away from this, do the fundamentals, get back to the basics, don't overthink this. Like, listen, this is about the mission statement, helping people reach their goals. Do the vital behaviors, be proof the products work, do your workouts, connect, invite, follow up, help people get results. And I promise you, when you're doing that, then you're starting to hit Success Club, sign coaches, and get your coaches to hit Success Club. But again, we've got into a little complication here today. Please don't be confused by this. What you need to do is hit Success Club. Then what do you need to do? You need to sign coaches. Then what do you need to do? Help them get to Success Club. Anyway, we'll end with that. Thank you, guys. Uh-oh, do we have a question that was confused? If you sign a PC under your spouse, well, yeah, I mean, a PC is just like signing a coach. When you say under is the wrong word. When you sponsor by the spouse, it would be the spouse's preferred customer or the spouse's coach. If you place it under the spouse, then the volume is under the spouse. It's sponsored by you. So there's two different things there that I think people get confused by. Okay, we're good. All right. Alyssa, if we need to do it again, let me know. We can always come back and answer questions and do all the things. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll talk soon.
Thank you so much, Doug.
We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.